No kidding. All right, so Ed Wallace, it turns out, really likes the 2015 Nissan Pathfinder. Good morning, Ed.
Well, good morning, Lauren and Tim. In fact, when we started doing this back in the 90s, Nissan was in pretty pitiful shape. They were selling about 500,000 vehicles a year in America. The number one car line people shopped against Nissan at the time was Hyundai, and that wasn't a compliment in 1997. Well, since they became aligned with Renault, things got better. In fact, even as we speak, Nissan is close to actually overtaking Honda for sales in America. But in midsize SUVs, it's a dying breed, but most everybody only thinks about the Ford Explorer. I brought over this Pathfinder when it was new because I was stunned how great a vehicle it had become. I was actually never a big fan of that vehicle in the past. They start at $29,000. They come standard with a V6, 260 horsepower, and on the road doing 60 miles an hour, I crossed 30 miles to the gallon this week. As I've said numerous times, on the navigation system, checking for traffic condition, the Nissan Infinity system is the best of any car out there. You easily see exactly what the traffic patterns are or if there are any problems up ahead. The radio is above average. Seats are extremely comfortable in this vehicle. Air conditioning is gold. And it's got plenty of room for 5 people easily in this configuration. Now, when you deal in midsize SUVs, it's that third row of seat that I almost always have a problem with. And I don't know you can see it here, but I put this one up to show even it has a reasonable amount of leg room in the back row, so that makes this vehicle capable of carrying 7 people fairly well. Now, when you're out driving, it's smooth as silk. It is stable, it's quiet, it's everything a midsize SUV is supposed to be. And this one, completely and totally loaded for the most part, is $39,000. And I think Nissan's still going to have a problem selling this, and I'll tell you why. Because the new Murano crossover is out, and it is so drop-dead gorgeous. People may go out looking for a Pathfinder and said, I'm going to take that Murano instead. Hopefully we'll have it to review shortly. With that, y'all have a good weekend.
I got to ask you, because they were in the news with this very car earlier this week, Consumer Reports saying that a lot of the people who buy it don't like the new continuous variable transmission. What did you think?
I get that email all the time, Tim. People that buy a CVT or drive one and say, I just don't like it. I review all these cars. We've had CVTs for years, and they're all just fine, including every one I've ever had in a Nissan.
So it's a question of just getting used to it. It's a little bit different from
not.
something you can feel actually shifting.
Well, after about 50 years of feeling that shift pattern, you're right, and then something that's smooth that never feels it shifts out. But again, Consumer Reports takes complaints from their readers. People are 20 times more likely to complain than say something nice.
That's true.
I'd consider the source.
Good point.
Good point. It's like tell it to Tim, huh?
Not dissimilar. Ed's on the radio tomorrow, 570 KLIF, starting at 8 in the morning. His car column in tomorrow's Fort Worth Star Telegram as well.